Hi, this is Gail, and today I want to share a devotion with you called The Freedom of a Slave. Several years ago, my husband and I visited a church in Charleston that was a Black church that during the days of slavery was part of the Underground Railroad. It was really fascinating to us to see they had made a decorative design of holes in the floor to hide the fact that these holes were breathing holes because beneath the floor of the church in the underground area, they were helping slaves to get away from slavery. When my husband and I visited the church, I was saddened by the fact that our African American brothers and sisters had once been denied basic human rights. But I was also inspired by their courage and their faith. The slaves who carved that floor trusted Christ in the midst of their oppression. They didn't have that church just as an underground railroad. They had that church where they went to worship the Lord. And sometimes we wonder, how can someone who's treated so harshly, especially treated so harshly by some people who call themselves Christians, how could they turn to the Lord? Well, this is their secret, and it should be our secret too whenever we face difficulties. They let Christ define their circumstances instead of letting their circumstances define Christ. This was their secret. They understood Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your understanding. And we need to do that, dear friends. We need to not trust our own ability to figure things out and understand things that are beyond us, that are in the spiritual realm. Now, if we apply this principle to our lives, we'll also find courage in difficulties, and we'll understand that God can use bad things, even our mistreatment, for His good, as Romans 8:28 says. We'll also be able to bless those who curse us and not take revenge, as we're told to do in Romans 12:14 and 17. Despite our circumstances, we can experience freedom in Christ. Galatians 4:7 says, "You are no longer a slave, but God's child. And since you are His child, God has made you also an heir." If you enjoyed this devotion, please give it a thumbs up. It will get it out to more people. Thank you.